If you're anything like me, you've been storing up these deodorant bottles because they're a great shape for sci-fi buildings. You can go in, you can greeble them up, you can put the plastic strip and the like on them, but I've gone one step further and I've got some 3D printed parts that represent various architectural features. So the first thing you need to do with one of these is take it apart. And you get this, which is great because not only do you have the basic shape, you have these extra bits as well. And I have designed various bits to go on them to build a whole structure. These are all designed with a curve to the back so that they'll fit on this. They're designed for, obviously, the diameter of this, which is just under 5 centimetres. I think this came in at 4.9 centimetres. So they'll fit fairly closely. A little bit of the old baking powder will fill any gaps, and they'll go on there like so. These will go on here like so. I'll take the supports off and it'll make a lot more sense. And then build it up and put it into the diorama. And this sits on this like so. It's not an absolute perfect fit, but hold it down once it glues, it'll sit there. Then you can go on here and you can move it to aim it at different things. Fairly good range of motion on it. I might come back with a version where this bit's chopped so you can lower the elevation even further. But I think this is primarily air defence. So here they are. I've glued some of the bits onto the section, onto the deodorant bottle. Next step is some traditional detailing up with plastic strip and maybe some more greeblies. Then building it up into a diorama with this door that's currently floating in the air. I'm going to either embed the tower into a little bit of an embankment or build steps up to the door. Like I say, future versions, I will probably build a version of the doorway with steps. If I haven't mentioned it before, this is scaled to be 144th scale to go with Gundam. The only thing where that really matters, the only thing where that scaling is important is in the door itself, which I think I built the door to be 2 meters tall in scale. The other stuff can probably be used across other scales because I'll be doing some 6mm stuff as well, and maybe some other scales and various bits that will function as greeblies across multiple scales. This is an artboard, a wooden frame for painting that I picked up from one of the local art shops, and I think it's going to make a perfect base. So we've got this section of cork here, which is a bit of banking. The tower itself is going to go there like so. There's a space, can't quite see it at this angle, there's a space under the door that I'm going to put, I've just built some very basic 2-tier steps up to, it's going to go there. That's going to get painted in, I think I've got some flex paste. It's going to get painted in that, and a little bit of extra detailing there. Then a little bit more extra detail around here. This is some form of power transformer. We'll go here-ish, which is going to provide the power to the gun, which I think will probably be about there-ish. And then this space over here is the area for displaying Gundam or ships, smaller flying objects, for want of a better word. And I'm just gonna, this is just gonna be effectively tarmac with some basic markings on it. This is a control tower for the defences. Obviously they expect the enemy to come from over here. I think this might have to go, say, put this here. I'll probably rejig the actual placement of everything as I put it together. But this is going to be a multi-use base with a little bit of diorama bit here that I can display Gundam and the like on. Once I'd started, I couldn't really stop designing them. These are some of the others from the first set. There will be future sets, slightly different themes and different planned scales, and this one in particular will get some modifications because those cables break far too easily. They're about as thick as the supports, so they come off as you try to release them from the release it from the base. But the first set is going to be released the first set will be out by the time this video goes live, and Patreon supporters at the builder level will get it for free. It's been raining all weekend, so instead of priming the first tower I decided to make a second, incorporating some of these other parts like these. So a slightly smaller base this time, which this would be a good size for posing single Gundam or other 144th scale models. So now I've got two bases done, both of them utilising the deodorant bottles, slightly differently set out, as you can see. This one includes the ball there with the gun on it. When I get the next chance, when it gets dry and I'm at home, I'm going to prime these and then paint them up and use them as bases to display Gundam. The parts will be available as downloads for STLs for you to 3D print yourself, and the link will be below.